Hi all, welcome. Hope all you well. Today we are going to discuss an important topic from the chapter motion of 9th Cbse standard. What do you know about motion? Yeah, all of you know motion is something related with movement of objects. Motion is something related with the movement of objects. I think all of you know there are so many terms related with the motion of objects. What are they? You already learned. What are they? A distance, a displacement, velocity, acceleration, like that. Okay. And in this class we are going to learn a new topic, that is equations of motion. We are going to learn about equations of motion. Let's learn what are that equations. I think all of you are ready. Okay, yeah, I think all of you are ready. Okay, let's learn what are that three equations of motion. Okay, equations of motion. First one is V is equal to U plus AT. Our first equation of motion is V is equal to U plus AT. Second one, our second equation is S is equal to ut plus half at square. S is equal to ut plus half at square. The third equation is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. So what's our third equation of motion? V square is equal to u square plus 2as. There are three equations. They are generally called as equations of motion. What are they? V is equal to u plus at. S is equal to ut plus half at square. V square is equal to u square plus 2as. These are the three equations and called as equations of motion. Okay, let's learn what are the individual terms in this equation. What is V? What is V? V is final velocity of an object. What is U? U is the initial velocity of an object. What is A? A is acceleration of the object. What is T? T is the time traveled by the object. Then S. What is S? S is the displacement of the object, or sometimes it's called the distance covered by the object. Yeah, we discussed all the terms. So these are the equations of motion. So now we are going to do the mathematical problems based on these equations of motion, and the problems are very important one. It's a sure question for your exam. Okay, let's do that. So first problem. In this problem, it is given that the car is initially at rest and starts moving with the acceleration 10 meter per second square and a time 15 second. We want to find out the velocity of the car. In this problem, it is given that the car is initially at rest. That means the car is not moving, which is at rest. Initially at rest, which is not moving. So its initial velocity u becomes 0. Why? Because the car is at rest. So its initial velocity is 0. Okay, let's do that. It's given that the car is at rest. So its initial velocity u is equal to 0 and its acceleration, the acceleration of the car is given as 10 meter per second square. Okay, and the time traveled, it's also given, t is equal to 15 seconds. So it's the data available. Initial velocity is 0, acceleration is given 10 meter per second square, and the time is 15 seconds. We want to find out the velocity of the car. Initially it at rest, then it starts moving, then it have a velocity and its acceleration is given 10 meter per second square. We want to find out the velocity. Okay, so let's do this problem based on 3 equations of motion. Can you tell? There are 3 equations of motion. Which is most apt for doing this problem? Let's think. We want to find out velocity v. So which equation can be used for doing this problem? Which is v is equal to u plus at, because u is given, acceleration a is given, time t is given. So what's the formula? V is equal to u plus at. Let's write the formula. V is equal to u plus a t. It's the formula. U is given 0 plus acceleration is 10 into time is 15. Okay, so 10 into 50 is 150. 150 plus 0, 150 itself. So V is equal to 150. Do you know what's the unit of velocity? The unit of velocity or speed is meter per second. So finally we got the answer. So what's the answer? Velocity v is equal to 150 meter per second. Once more I repeat. The car is at rest, so u is equal to 0, a is equal to 10, t is equal to 15. We want to find out the velocity. What's the formula? V is equal to u plus at. Substituting the values and doing the simple mathematical steps, finally we will get the velocity v is equal to 150 meter per second. I think all got the idea. If you have any doubts, you can comment it. Okay, I will check.